Good morning, children. This is English video session for class 10. We are in the topic 7th chapter, supplementary reader, the necklace. Topic number 7, necklace, supplementary reader. We all know that Madame Loisel went to collect a piece of jewelry from her friend. Okay, let's see what happened to Madame Loisel. Was she happy in the with the gift she has taken from a friend? What sort of enthusiasm was she having when she went? Okay, and let us see in detail. Okay, yes. She put on the necklace and she liked one which was very nice, and the friend immediately gave her. Let's see what happened after that. She fell upon the neck to her friend. She fell upon the neck of her friend, embraced her with passion, then went away with her treasure. The day of the ball arrived. Madame Loisel was a great success. She was the prettiest of all, the elegant, gracious, smiling, and full of joy. All the men noticed, asked her name, and wanted to be presented. So look at the center of attraction which she had. Almost everybody liked her, and how she was the darling of the day. She danced with enthusiasm, intoxicated with pleasure, thinking of nothing but all the admiration this victory so complete and sweet to her heart. She went home towards 4 o'clock in the morning. Her husband has been half asleep in one of the little salons since midnight with three other gentlemen whose wives were enjoying themselves very much. So that is how it happened. The men were sleeping and the women enjoyed the party very much. He threw around her shoulders the modest wraps and they had carried whose poverty clashed with the elegance of the ball costume. She wished to hurry away in order not to be noticed by other women who were wrapping themselves in rich fur. Okay, yes. Lois detained her. Wait, said he. I'm going to call a cab. But she would not listen and descended to step rapidly. When they were in the streets, they found no carriage, and they began to seek for one, hailing the coachman whom they saw at a distance. They walked along towards the river, hopeless and shivering. Finally, they found one of those old carriages that one sees in Paris after nightfall. It took them as far as their door. They were nearly up to their apartment. It was all over for her. And on his part, he remembered that he would have be at the office by 10. She removed the wraps of her from her shoulder before the glass for the final view of herself in the glory. Suddenly she uttered a cry. Her necklace was not around the neck. So this is what happened. She found that the necklace was not found in her neck. So let's see what happened to her thing. Now let's see what happened to Loisel, Mr. and Mrs. Loisel. What did they do? How did they replace? Because it's taken as a loan from the friend. Let's see what happened. Loisel, already half undressed, asked, "What's the matter?" She turned towards him excitedly. I have no longer have Madame Frostier's necklace. You remember who is Madame Frostier? Madame Frostier is Loisel's friend who gave her the gift to wear it for the party. You remember? She adored it so beautifully in the party, and everybody wanted to talk to her. He arose in dismay. What? How is that? It's not possible. And they looked in the folds of the dress, in the fold of the cloak, and in the pocket, everywhere they could not find it. He asked, "Are you sure you still had when you left the minister's house?" So they wanted to know whether it was there when he left the minister's house. Let's see. See the picture, children. You can see the fear of Madame Loisel, the husband who is panicked by the thought that she has lost such a very costly diamond necklace, which is 18,000 francs, and it's not easy to give it to the thing 36,000 or 80,000 40,000 francs. And as far as the salary of her husband is concerned, who is not a very so very high play, and the situation of Mrs. Loisel is Madame Loisel is really difficult. Yes, I felt as it as we came out, but if you had not lost it in the streets, we should have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. Yes, it is possible. Did you take the number? No. And you? Did you notice what it was? No. They looked at each other utterly cast down. Finally, Loisel dressed himself. I'm going, he said, over the track where we went on foot to see if we can find it. So he goes all the way to the place where he can find it out. And he went. Not only did he say, and he also went to find out whether he would able to get it. And even she remained in her evening gown, not having the force to go to bed. Towards 7 o'clock, her husband returned. He had found nothing. He went to the police and to the cab officers and put an advertisement in the newspapers offering a reward. She waited all day in the state of bewilderment before this frightful disaster. Loisel returned in the evening with pale face. He had discovered nothing. He said, "Write to your friend that you have broken the clasp of necklace and that it has to be repaired. That will give us time." She wrote as he dictated. At the end of the week, they had lost all hope, and Loisel, older by 5 years, declared, "We must replace this jewel." Okay. In the shop of Palais Royal, they found the chaplet of diamond, which seemed to them exactly like the one they had lost. It valued 40,000 francs. How much is the thing? 40,000 francs. They could get it for 36,000. So they got it for 36,000. Loisel possessed 18,000 francs, which his father had left him. He borrowed the rest. He made ruinous promises, took money from the usurers and the whole race of lenders. Then he went to the new necklace, depositing on the merchant's counter 36,000 francs. When Madame Loisel took the jewelry back to Madame Freyster, the lawyer said, her frigid, "You should have returned them to me sooner. You should have returned them to me sooner, for I might have needed them." Okay. Madame Freyster did not even open the jewel box, as Madame Loisel feared she would. What would she think if she perceived the substitution? What would she say? Would she take her for a robber? Madame Loisel now knew the horrible life of necessity. She did her part, however, completely heroically. It was necessary to pay this frightful debt. So it's not a small amount, which is very difficult for Loisel to pay. So she had to join hands with her husband in this journey of paying the debt. Okay, it was necessary to pay this frightful debt. She would pay. They said away. They sent away the maid. They changed their lodging. They rented some rooms in an attic. It's okay. So a small room. They learned the odious work. She learned the odious work of the kitchen. She washed the dishes. She washed the soiled linen, their clothes, dish clothes, and she hung on the to line to dry. She took down to refuse to the street each morning and brought up water, stopping at each landing to catch her breath. And clothed like a woman of the people, and she went to the grocer, the butcher, the fruiterer with a basket on her arm, shopping, haggling to the last sou to her miserable money for her miserable money. So look at that, the way how she was and what a change is happening in her life, which never she thought would have happened, in all because of the jewelry which she had taken from her friend. The husband worked evenings, putting the books of some servant, some merchant in order, and nights he often did copying 5 a page. And this life lasted for 10 years. How many years, children? 10 years. She had become a strong and hard woman now. Now, how is she? A very strong woman. Okay. Madame Loisel seemed old now. She had become strong, hard woman, a crude woman of a poor household, so she looks tougher. Her hair badly dressed, her skirts airy, her hands red. She spoke in a loud tone and washed the floors with large pails of water. So, but sometimes when her husband was at office, she would seat herself in the window and think on the evening party of former times of that ball, where she was so beautiful and so flattered. How would it have been if she had not lost the necklace? Who knows how singular is life, how full of changes, how a how small a thing will ruin one's life. On Sunday, as she was walking a walk with the chimps Alice to rid herself of the cares of the week, she suddenly perceived a woman walking with a child. It was Madame Frostier, still pretty and young, still attractive. Madame Loisel was affected. Should she speak to her? Yes, certainly, and now that she has paid, she should tell her all. Why not? She approached her. Good morning, Jane. Her friend did not recognize her and she was astonished to see familiarly dressed by the common patron personage. She stammered, but madam, I don't know you. You must be mistaken. No, I'm Matilda Loisel. What's her name? Matilda Loisel. Her friend uttered a cry of, oh, my poor Matilda, how you have changed. See here, yes, it has been some hard days since I saw you, and some miserable ones, and all of because of you. Because of me? How was that? You recall the diamond necklace that you had loaned me to wear on the minister ball? Yes, very well. Well, I lost it. How was that since you returned it to me? I returned another to you exactly like that, and it had taken us 10 years to repay it. You can understand it was not easy for us who have nothing, but it is finished. It is finished, and I am decently content. Madame Frost stopped for a shock. She said, you say that you bought for a diamond necklace to replace mine? Yes, you did not perceive it? They were just a lie. And she smiled with a proud and simple joy. Madame Frostier was touched and took both her hands and replied, oh, my dear Matilda, mine were fowls, and yours were worth over 500 pounds. Gade Mapasat. So now just see how difficult it was for it has ruined the life. Okay, and the so is nothing but the French coin with a low value, or is not in a position of shape or twisted RA. It's out of shape, it's called RA. AWRY. So you now understood how Madame Loisel's life has changed because of the necklace. It's totally ruined her peace and the situations which she has undergone. It's really honesty. She is good that she gave back, but learned a very difficult part of life. With this, I stop and the story is over. Please do try the question and answer sessions in your classwork. Thank you, children. Bye.